Welcome, District 63 Toastmasters. As Toastmasters, part of what we do is to help each other to grow as speakers and as leaders. For all of us, it's a journey, but to be successful on this journey, we need a map, and that map is called our Club Success Plan. I'm Shana Teasdale, your D63 Club Growth Director. In this video, I'm going to explain why the Club Success Plan is so important. I'll help you to see how the Club Success Plan supports your club's growth, and I'll give you step-by-step tutorials to help you complete each section. Whether you're a brand new officer or a seasoned Toastmaster, the Club Success Plan is your blueprint for success. District 63, the future is bright. As we enter the 2025-26 year, we stand on the foundation of last year's growth and success. Now we're reaching higher. We're adding new clubs, we're welcoming new members, and we're guiding even more clubs to distinguished status. Together, we are building stronger leaders, stronger clubs, and a stronger District 63. Not only does the Club Success Plan help align your club's goals with your members' needs, it ensures every officer understands their responsibilities, and it keeps the club on track with the Distinguished Club Program goals. Remember, this year, in order to achieve a distinguished status, your club must submit your Club Success Plan by September 30th, 2025. One of the most important things you'll find from the Club Success Plan is that it creates teamwork. It helps to spread the Toastmasters' responsibilities to more than just one person. Clubs that complete and use the Club Success Plan are consistently stronger, healthier, and more sustainable. It isn't just paperwork, it is your club's future. Toastmasters International has given us a powerful tool, an easy, step-by-step way to create and track your club success plan. Here's how it works. After signing in to the Toastmasters International website, go to My Home. Every club officer will see the Club Central box. Click on Club Central, and under Club Management, you'll find the Club Success Plan. This is where you enter all of the details that will guide you to club success. Be sure to save your progress as you go, and when your plan is complete, don't forget to hit Submit. It's that simple.
You'll see a snapshot of where your club stands today. This section is all about understanding your current reality, your membership numbers, education awards, and retention rates. At the top, you'll find links to the DCP dashboard. You can use this for deeper understanding. The matrix below shows on the left side the 4 levels of Distinguished, Distinguished, Select Distinguished, President's Distinguished, and Smedley Distinguished. The next column reminds you that this year, every one of us does need to submit a Club Success Plan in order to attain any level of Distinguished. From there, you'll see club membership. And finally, the last column, your club goals. If you need help navigating, your area director can guide you. By analyzing your starting point, you'll know which goals are realistic and where your club needs the most attention. As you scroll down, this is where the fun starts. At the top, you'll see the tab for the plan, and right next to it, the tab for your action item list. You'll see how that comes into play in just a few moments. Over to the right, there's a button to download your current progress. That's a great option to use when meeting with your executive team or when discussing the Club Success Plan with your club members. Let's jump into the education section. When you open the education section of the Club Success Plan, the very top of the page shows you all of the education goals for the year. This is your big picture view, everything you're aiming for in terms of member achievements. As you scroll down, take a look at the left-hand side of the page. Here you'll see every member of your club, the path they're enrolled in, and the levels they've already completed. This information is incredibly valuable because it helps you identify who may be in line to achieve the different levels needed to meet your education goals. Now, over to the right-hand side of the page, you'll find the projection of your education goals. This section shows you the levels that have already been completed and also lists the members you project will complete additional levels this year. The really useful part is that this will update automatically as you check the boxes next to the members on the left side. So the two sides work together. Member data on the left feeds into the progress tracking on the right. Scrolling further, you'll come to a section for strategies and tactics. Here you'll provide a short summary of how you plan to reach your education goals. You'll be asked to think about how you'll motivate members and also what obstacles might come up along the way. This is a chance to be practical and realistic while also encouraging creativity in how your club supports member success. Beneath that, you'll see a place to add action items. For each item, you can assign an owner, set due dates, and even note any resources needed. This section really helps keep accountability clear and ensures your goals turn into real steps forward. The final section under Education is engagement. This is where you step back and think more deeply about pathways and how your members are doing with it. Engagement isn't just about checking boxes. It's about how well your members are progressing and how supported they feel in their pathways journey. Altogether, this education section gives you both the big picture and the detailed steps to make sure your club is helping members grow. And that progress is clearly tracked and celebrated. The next section that we're going into is the membership section. This one's not too difficult. The top of this page does remind you that goals 7 and 8 are all about adding new, dual, or reinstating members. Has a little section here that just goes over the requirements again, so it reminds you what it takes to be a member in good standing, what you need to reach your various levels. The first thing you're going to fill out in this section is what your membership goal is that you will have in place for members by June 30th, 2026. In this case, our club goal was to have 30 members. That's what we entered, 30. You're going to go down to strategies and tactics, and once again, it's just going to ask you what your club's plan is to motivate its current members to renew. That's one of the most important steps, making sure we're keeping people engaged and not losing those members. Below that, you're going to put a statement in about what your club's plan is to gain new members. And then below that, once again, we have an opportunity to add action items. So we will have people assigned to the various tasks. We will have due dates to those things. Once you go in there, you will see if there are any resources that are needed to complete those activities. We're going to take a look at is the training section. This one is even easier than the membership section. This is really just looking at you getting your club officers trained. As most of you know, we do have 2 training periods each year for club officers. So it asks you by position who you are going to get trained in the June to August timeframe and who you're going to get trained again in the November to February timeframe. In this case, we knew that we were getting 6 of our 7 officers trained in the first training period of the year. We plan to have all 7 trained in the second period of the year. You can see that over here. Everybody has to have at least 4 officers trained in their club in order to get the credit for training. So over on the side here, it says 6 of 4 for that first period, 7 of 4 for that second period. As long as you have at least 4 of 4, you will get credit. But again, we would encourage you always to try to get every possible officer to training. Once you get that part done, there's going to be the one box here that's just your strategies and tactics. What are you going to do to motivate the officers to attend those officer training sessions? And then below that, there is once again the action items section, assigning ownership, assigning due dates, and mentioning if there are any resources that you need in order to make that happen. The administration goal. You need to make sure every year that your membership renewal dues are paid on time and that your officer list is submitted on time. In this section, all we're going to do is assign responsible parties. Make sure you know who's going to get your membership renewal dues taken care of. Make sure you know who's going to get your officer list submitted to Toastmasters International. Below that, there's a box for strategies and tactics. And of course, if you need action items, go ahead and add those action items. The last 2 sections of the Club Success Plan do show that they're optional. but we strongly encourage you to fill these out. The first one is your committee values and processes. Every club needs a shared vision, and this section is where you're going to define what success looks like for your club. For example, our club will be the go-to place for young professionals in Knoxville to grow as communicators. If you are writing down your vision and your values, you're setting the tone for everything else in your club success plan. It's not too difficult. You go in here, it gives you some ideas, tells you what your committee values are that should align with Toastmasters International with integrity, respect, service, and excellence. And then you're just simply going to put in there how your club executive committee follows the Toastmasters International values. As you scroll down, you'll see it's going to ask you questions about how you are going to handle interactions. How will decisions be made? It's sometimes surprising that new officers go into these roles with very different expectations of how this will happen. And it's great to outline at the very beginning how the club executive committee will resolve differences of opinion. Finally, the last box on here is how will the club executive committee be held accountable for its responsibilities? When you get those sections done, you're going to go into member engagement. Many of you are very familiar with the moments of truth. This is going to ask you when the last time was your club has conducted moments of truth. Some of you won't know. If you don't know this, that's fine. If you do know, though, put down a date and tell us what feedback you got from that. It's not really for our benefit, it's for your benefit. It's an idea to give you an idea where your membership was at the time you last did Moments of Truth. And then it asks you, if your club scored 2 or less than any of the above questions, what factors led to that score? It's a good opportunity for reflection. At the very bottom, the last thing it's asking is what strategies your club is going to use to ensure that members consistently attend club meetings and take roles. You get your ideas out on that. You're going to save it and close it. And that section also is done. And the very last piece on this, I don't know why anybody wouldn't choose to do this. Once again, as I said, it's optional. But this really is just putting in who is contributing to your club success plan. Now, the thing that I really love about this is when you go in here, this does not have to be tied simply to your officers. You can add any members. And that's one of the really important things to remember about the club success plan. This isn't something for your executive committee to do and then set aside and never look at again. This is something to involve your entire membership with. Utilize the people in the areas that they have strengths and interests. When that's done, you're going to save and close that. You're going to go back to your home page, and then I'm going to tell you it's so very, very important to make sure you remember to submit it. Like some other things in the Toastmaster site, sometimes if you don't scroll far enough, you don't see that there's one last button. You need to make sure you get back to this home page and you see the Submit Club Success Plan. Get that submitted. When you scroll back up to the top, you should be able to see that everything has been completed. You'll see these 100% completes under each of those sections, and you will know that you have successfully checked one more thing off of your box at being a distinguished club for this year.
Make sure you're working on this plan as a team. Success is not a one-person operation. Each officer's role connects to achieving your goals. For example, your VPE can track education awards while your VPM focuses on membership building. Documenting this creates accountability and prevents gaps. When you're working on this plan, use SMART goals. That means they're specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, you could say, we'll achieve 7 Distinguished Club Program goals by May by adding 6 new members, completing 4 Level 2 awards, and hosting 2 open houses. Then outline the steps and assign them to officers. This transforms ideas into actions. No club succeeds alone. You can and you should utilize District 63 leaders, training events, promotional materials, and other tools provided by Toastmasters International. Once you've completed your plan, you're not done. You're just getting started. Set monthly officer meetings to review your CSP. Ask questions like, what progress have we made? What adjustments do we need? The plan should be a living document. Review it regularly, update it, and celebrate wins along the way. Congratulations! You're now equipped to complete your club success plan, and by doing so, you're defining what success looks like for your club. Now it's your turn. Download the club success plan today. Schedule a meeting with your officers and complete this by September 30th. Remember, a plan not written and shared is just an idea. A plan without action, it's only a wish. With the club success plan, success becomes intentional. Together, we're building stronger clubs, stronger leaders, and a stronger District 63.